Everyone loves demo day. Taking a sledgehammer to an outdated kitchen or pulling down a wall is incredibly satisfying when making a house your own. But if you are working in a house built before the 1980s, that old drywall and flooring can hold hidden dangers. Looking at a classic mid-century home like the one in this photograph, with its charming architecture and vintage driveway, it's easy to feel nostalgic. But this era of construction comes with a specific, invisible catch. Starting a demolition project in a home from this time period without gathering intelligence first is like walking blindfolded through a minefield. The threat is a naturally occurring mineral called asbestos. For decades, builders favored it because it was incredibly tough, flexible, and completely fireproof. Because of those traits, manufacturers mixed asbestos into more than 3,000 everyday building products across the country. You can see a common hiding spot in this photograph. These 9 by 9-inch brick-ironed floor tiles were practically standard issue in mid-century kitchens and basements. Another common hot zone is the attic. This photo shows a worker spraying loose-fill insulation, often laced with asbestos, directly between the ceiling joists. This material is woven into the very structure of older homes. Swinging a hammer into these walls without knowing exactly what is inside is a serious tactical error. Here is the good news. Asbestos acts like a sleeper cell. As long as the material is intact and left completely alone, it generally does not pose a threat to anyone. The danger only activates when the material takes physical damage. Scraping off an old textured ceiling, sanding down a floor, or drilling a hole is what wakes the hazard up. When a brittle, older material snaps or crumbles, it releases a massive, floating cloud of fine dust directly into the air you are breathing. This scanning electron microscope image reveals the dust. The mineral breaks into sharp needles, so small you could fit hundreds across a human hair. These invisible fibers bypass respiratory defenses, lodging permanently in lung tissue, causing severe diseases decades later. A weekend project turns into a lifelong health crisis when your own tools release this invisible dust into the air. To figure out if a home has asbestos, many people try to save time by picking up a do-it-yourself testing kit at the local hardware store. Using these kits requires you to scrape, cut, or chip a piece of the suspect material yourself. If you are not properly trained, that exact action risks releasing those lethal fibers right into your face. Accurate detection requires specialized laboratory testing using polarized light. This process works like a high-tech filter, allowing scientists to see the specific, needle-like shape of the fibers that the human eye completely misses. As we see in this comparison, a standard visual inspection on the left completely misses the microscopic fibers hidden in the material. On the right, the high-tech microscopic array makes the asbestos fibers glow, positively identifying the threat. You simply cannot rely on guesswork to spot a microscopic hazard. The safest way to handle this is to call licensed environmental professionals for a site assessment before a single wall comes down. Think of it as a mandatory reconnaissance mission. These experts know exactly how to dampen materials, isolate the area, and safely extract samples without letting a single fiber escape into your home's air supply. In this photograph, you can see the strict discipline required to operate in a confirmed hazard zone. The crew wears full-body protective suits and heavy-duty respirators to safely manage the demolition environment. Once the lab results come back, you have your mission plan. If the material is clean, your demolition gets the green light. If asbestos is detected, the team sets up a strategic, contained abatement to remove it safely. Hiring a professional assessment team is about gathering the vital intelligence you need to keep your home safe. Your primary objective as a homeowner is clear: secure the perimeter, test the materials, and gather your intelligence before you authorize any demolition. Taking the time to do this right ensures the dust you kick up during your renovation will not harm the people you care about most. At Envirogyn, we bring military-grade discipline to environmental safety, ensuring healthy spaces for healthy lives. Get the facts, protect your family, and execute your remodel with absolute precision.